Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis 4 with me, Alfapiomega and Meiou and Taxes. We are playing Denmark, and just as I started, Sweden inherited... okay, the war is over. Nice. So, Sweden inherited the throne of Sverige. So the king of Sverige has died, and that resulted in the unification of the nation. Okay, under the Magnus IV Eriksson Burger. Wow, he's awful. Okay, well, at least we know that we have no rival near. We get a finished mission, control Scania, which will give us 15 army tradition. Good, I didn't even notice that. And we have an integrate Norway mission. That's interesting. But I noticed that, more like realized that we haven't really formulated a long-term plan, which for a country of Denmark's size is really important. Now, we don't have many claims left. We do have, however, claims on... Oh, hey! Okay, the war in Spain has just ended as well. Death of Pedro I. So Spain has been reunited under Enrique II the Trastamara. Okay, so Trastamara were the people that are raising against the king. Okay, so the rebel has won basically. But what I was trying to say is that we need a long-term goal here. Now, my long-term goal is actually to make Denmark into a trade powerhouse. I'm gonna mostly focus on developing my provinces without going into direct wars with enemies. The only exception is I want to get the provinces that I have claims on. So at some point we will probably attack Schleswig-Holstein, and we will probably attack Wolfgast to get that province. Though it doesn't really seem like it's a valuable one. I mean, it's clay, it's ours, but yeah, it's just really small. And Schleswig-Holstein, those are, however, way more valuable. There's about 100,000 people living in these two provinces together. So these three provinces I would like to get. If an opportunity arises, I'm gonna go after them. But that's probably impossible if the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire is Bohemia, because they have massive army, way bigger than we do, and if we declare a war, they will come and screw us up. There's an exception to this rule, and that is, for example, if Austria or Hungary get involved in war with Bohemia, then we might have a chance, or Poland. If they get at it, we might swoop in and get these provinces before they even notice. But for that we'll need a powerful ally. I'm not entirely sure if we could sway England to do this. They reached their alliance limit. Well, nevertheless, I'm going to improve relations with England, because they would be a really good ally for us. And I also like helping Teutonic Order. Well, yeah, we can actually have an alliance with them immediately. Okay, so let's get that. I don't think we're over our alliance limit, aren't we? Nope, we're not. So let's improve relations with them as well. We are allies now, so they could help us in a war against our potential enemies here. We'll see how that goes. We need to wait until 21st of June to improve the relations. But one thing that I really appreciate about the game is that there are so many little historical provinces. Look, Hamburg has its own tiny province, and Lübeck has the same. There's province for the country, for the city that I was born in, and there are many little provinces, like trade ports, for example, for Genoa here that they use. And there are little teeny tiny provinces in Africa that you can use, like here. We don't see it, but there's a province here that you can claim and use. I think I'm gonna go ahead and assume that we're gonna colonize, but for us, probably North America would be better than Africa. We'll see how that goes. We don't really have much effect on the papacy, or actually, there's a modifier which is called distance from the Vatican. So we're actually losing papal influence right now. That sucks. I would really like if we could bless our ruler, but that costs 50 papal influence. And as we're hemorrhaging it right now, I don't think that's possible. Where the hell are we here? We're not even considered. Yeah, we don't have any papal influence. We don't have any cardinals or anything. Well, I don't really deal with the papacy much, because I usually play either outside Europe or too far away from the Pope to even deal with him. But the whole Roman Empire will have to deal with. Let's just hope luck will have it that we can. Bohemia is very strong, as I mentioned, so attacking it would be a suicide. But we'll have Teutonic Order here, so there might be a chance that there are some really good wars for us. Now, I'm going to eventually focus on building up a large navy, because that's our protection. With the exception of this little piece of land, if we can blockade our enemies using our navy, all the good for us. Now, I'm not sure if we will... Well, Novgorod is pretty big in the start. Wow, Whitehall is already falling apart. Ottomans start very small in 1360 or 1356, I think is the starting year. So we don't really have to be afraid of them, but I've already seen them collapse completely, because sometimes, and especially now that we have decided to block the vaccinations, they might have a bit harder time. Oh, what's this? Oh, Fez is being raped by Algerian separatists. Okay, well, good luck there. Usually you can see Portugal attacking Fez very early on. That hasn't happened yet. But I mean, consider the fact that the capital of Portugal, Lisbon, has already 16 population, and the capital of Spain has 17 population, while Paris, as we have shown many times, is 47, and our capital has 7. If you move it to Copenhagen, it's going to have 9. So Scandinavia is very well modeled as a poor nation. Very, very poor. Okay, let's look at our ideas now. We do start with trade ideas. Everyone starts with some ideas, I think. So it's a really questionable for us whether or not we're going to focus on trade or advancing our technologies. Now, I really like what they did with the ships. You start with a Warthog that has a very low amount of trade power. Wait, where is it? We have to show it here. It has only 1 point of trade power, and as you get better and better ships via technologies, they gain more trade power. I think Cryer has 1.5, the Teen South Caravel has 2, Caravel has 3. I don't remember what the other ones. I think Brigantine has 5, but I'm not sure. And you don't even have heavy ships in the beginning. You get them at level 18. So Karak is kind of the dream of the future, not to mention the other ones. So do we want to invest into technology? What does the trade ideas give us? If we get this, that would be trade manipulation. What's our trade doing? We are currently... Okay, we're involved in the North Sea trade and in the North Baltic a bit, and we have a very minor effect on the South Baltic. We do get about 15% of trade power in the North Sea. We get more in the North Baltic. That's interesting. What do we get from the provinces? Oh, we're down here. Trade power minus 5%. Province trade power 3.1 and 0.1 from white ships. And where are we here? Denmark. Oh, we're actually the best one here. Trade power 18.4%. Prestige is taking us down. Stability is taking us down. Trade efficiency is taking us down. And corruption. Well, as I said, we're not really in a good shape. Province trade power is 10.6 though. Lübeck is no longer a valid rival. Interesting. Well, you know what? I think we're gonna get this additional technology and then we're gonna try to get to level 7. Though this would... How much are we getting from trade? 1.75. There's additional merchants and global trade power. We don't really need merchants right now, to be quite honest. There's nowhere we can send them. Yeah, we could reach Rhineland, but our trade power is 0 there. France, the same, and Hansa, the same. Hansa is especially tricky to penetrate if you don't have any provinces, because they're all in a trade league. So let's ignore the technologies and focus... let's ignore the ideas for now, and focus on technologies. We get the handguns coming, which will give us a bit more land morale. And this will give us trade at Dockland, level 2 trade harbor. Okay, that's pretty good. And level 2 military harbor. Increases a bit our trade efficiency, increases trade range, colonial range, and global settler increase. And serfdom will give us additional state and level 2 mine. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't think we have mines anywhere. Though mines are very useful, they give you additional production. Yeah, we don't have mines anywhere, I don't think. Or do we? I don't think we can maybe see if we don't have the additional... Yeah, but no. Yeah, we don't have mines anywhere, so that's not a big difference for us. An offer from the Norwegian king. The king of Norway has proposed a marriage between your youngest daughter, Margaret. The match will secure a firmer relation between the two nations. Furthermore, the grandson of the Queen Consort region will rule Norway. Okay, let's accept that. So that's pretty good. Christopher Berger. I don't know how that is incorporated game-wise. Because it said that we will get on the throne of Norway. I don't know if there will be an event or something. I have looked a bit deeper at our economy, and it's really as it looked when you look at the development. I think that these three provinces, Skåne, Norra Zealand, and Zealand, will be our core provinces where we will do most of our investments. The population here is already slightly increasing, and we have some urban gravity there, so the cities are already on their way. As we will definitely move the capital to Copenhagen event eventually. Wait, what happened to the year? Oh yeah, the year is at least 1480. I think it would make a lot of sense to develop Norra Zealand the most, which unfortunately at this point is not the case. Both of the other provinces have a bit more development done. We have fishing port in Skåne, we have a cathedral there, and we have the marketplace. In Norra Zealand we got only the trade... Oh, actually no, we get trade wharf, which is a level 1 trade harbor. And we get the workshop and a marketplace. And in Zealand, which is our capital, we have the town hall. But we don't have it here. I'm actually thinking that that would be the best investment, because it will immediately increase our urban gravity. And also in Scana, that would be a good investment. Here, it would give us... It's actually cheaper here. We don't even have a cathedral here, which is a pretty good starting building, which increases gravity modifier for your urban settlement. What's this? Simony. Thanks to bequests by pious worshippers, church titles came with land and an income for their holders. By the 15th century, an archbishop could rival a prince in power. Over the centuries, this resulted in nobility trafficking in church titles in order to secure the lands attached to a bishopric or two. Few peasants could afford to pay such a price, so gradually the upper echelons of the church became full of aristocrats whose sympathies lay with their own kind. 25% chance of Catholicism gain reform desire. Ceylon gets greedy bishop until 29th of January 1368, giving the following effect: local unrest +2. The church is for sale. Papal states gain 5 decades. Or send a formal protest to Avinho. 60% chance greedy bishop will be removed. Greedy bishop will be removed. But the papal states will be pissed and we lose a bit of papal influence. Well, Christina is righteous. This rule is righteous. Our people will be less likely to question our authority, as they know that a righteous rule always has their best interests in mind. So let's go with send a formal protest. We don't want this. We don't want this to happen. So at this point, I'm gonna continue gaining gold, trying to get rid of the rampant corruption. We really need to increase our stability as well, and we also need to increase our prestige. The uncontested cores are really screwing with us, and the fact that we're rooting out corruption isn't helping either. Manpower low has been lost. Good, okay. So we do have some manpower now, 2,500, which was a big problem as well. That war really screwed us with the attrition. Oh, and Sweden has fabricated Koimon Skåne. Well, you can come and try to get it. Nice. 2 technologies are very close. So let's get the chartered merchants. Diplomatic technology advance. Queen Consort region or diplomatic technology level increased to level 6. Merchants usually conduct trade as individuals, each owning a small number of ships at most. By forming a merchant company with the blessing of the local rulers, it allowed merchants to collectively bargain for trade privileges, such as monopolies. It was this which led to the rapid rise of the Hansa after its foundation in 1356. So max colonial range is increased, trade range is increased, our trade efficiency is increased, and we got a settler growth. And a level 2 trade harbor is now available. I really like the trade buildings. The trade document level 2, but that requires a commune hall to be built, and it's super expensive. But it gives a huge boost to local trade power and urban gravity. And they also, each port increases naval force limits, so ports are very good. Yeah, even the harbor, the fishing port, increases naval force limit. How are we standing on that? I was expecting, and we still can get 1 extra ship. I should set it up, but I wanted to invest a bit into Skåne, or our future capital. It would be nice to get a commune hall here. 255 gold is quite a lot. We don't really have much of a choice, do we? So I'm gonna build the commune hall in here. We have an urban gravity of 7,000 here. So the commune hall will increase that to 12,000 and give us nothing else. Okay, but more people can move into the city. And I think we have, we have a 25% additional modifier here, and here again, that's 20, 25, so that's nearly 50. So we'll get plus 7,000 urban gravity, which is good. That is good.